even with how the job market is right now, a lot of people are kind of feeling burnt out and are deciding, you know what, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and basically leaving their job and in pursuit of either traveling, of different a job, a career, or just doing their own thing, like in something creative or just taking a break. And I sympathize with that. Burnt out is a real thing, and it does. A 9 to 5 can overwhelm people over time, especially if the job is toxic, or there's certain things that are going on that you feel really appreciated. And I personally have never felt this in my jobs, but there's have been inklings of here and there of things like that. And there's a lot of people out there who I've seen videos of that are just, it's just more of a, it's very,
you don't
very
need
toxic
an explanation
environment. And sometimes people will say, oh, well, you
somebody
should
else
just
needs to
adapt,
hear this
or
today.
you're
Something my
going
boss
to deal with
just
that everywhere.
taught me,
And
as
yes,
I was essentially telling him that I couldn't
everywhere.
work for the business anymore.
There's certain levels of it, and I think there's like a certain threshold.
As I'm explaining my life and what's going on, and how everything is a mess,
if it
and I need
passes
to
a certain
figure my
line,
shit out.
you shouldn't have to
Chelsea,
deal with that.
thank
But
you
there's
for
always going to be
explaining
some of that
all of
here
that
and
to me.
there.
I appreciate
It
it.
just depends on how
But you don't have to
how
explain
severe
anything.
it is. In
If you
some
need to do
places
what you gotta do,
it's just
go do
really
it.
bad, to the point where it just
You
feels
don't
like
have
they're
to
just
explain
trying to make you quit. But I'm going to show you guys a couple
Why
of
have I
videos
felt like I've needed to
of some
explain
people
myself
kind of
my
dealing
whole
with
life?
that here and there.
If I have
Some
this feeling or
toxic
emotion, or I want to say
toxicity.
this or
Some other
that,
people just kind of
I need to
feeling burnt
over-explain
out,
everything
just don't want to work there anymore. And some other people
to make sure
just
I'm understood, or make sure I
basically
don't come off as
deciding
like,
to,
like
you know
I'm
what,
taking
I
them
want
for
to
granted,
travel,
or why do
or
we feel like we need to
just do
explain
my own thing.
ourselves?
And so
Where
let's
does
check
that
out
come
these
from?
videos.
That we can't just be, or do, or make decisions because.
Holy it's happening. Today's the day that I'm actually quitting my job, my 6-figure job, and I'm not making any other income any other way. But I'm quitting my job because, like, my freaking gut is telling me. And last time my gut told me something, I was at West Point. I was in the military, and I was just like, it was screaming at me. It was like, you need to leave. And it was so scary because I had no plan, but I trusted my gut and I did it anyways. And now I'm living literally like such an amazing life, and I'm really scared to quit my job. Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? But like, I know if I trust myself, I'm just gonna have an even better life. I know that. Wish me luck.
A lot of people quitting them jobs. A lot of people are quitting jobs because not so much they can't do the 9 to 5. They've already done the 9 to 5. They've proven they can do the corporate role. But their spirit is not aligned with that subscription, curriculum, status quo. Why is that?
I switched jobs about a month ago, and tonight was the first night I got dinner with my old team after switching, and I have to say it was definitely bittersweet. I was at my first place after graduating school for 6 years, and I really developed a lot of friendships with my whole team, and it was hard to leave. But after this past month, I've noticed that being in a new position and changing and being in a situation where I'm evolving is always going to be better than that comfort. And it was hard. I don't have those friends that I had before. Maybe I'll make them, but no one wants to be the new guy. It's awkward, it's weird, it's just not, it's not ideal. But long story short, when those feelings of discomfort and change arise in your life, no matter how good it feels where you're currently at, I think it's best to always go towards that discomfort, because that feeling of growth and evolving and changing is always going to be way better down the line.
It's officially my 15-minute break, but I'm actually quitting today. I have my 2 weeks notice, and I'm just gonna go and give it to my teammates. I'm gonna take you guys through this process because why not? Let's go. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Naz. I'm 21 years old, and I've been working at Walmart since 2021, and I recently graduated from my architecture major, and I found a job, so I'm going to leave. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm out of breath. I have a question. I was gonna ask you if... Okay, so that was pretty fast. I just saw this one team lead and I just gave it to her because I was looking for my own team lead and I couldn't find him. So I asked them, I was like, where's my team lead? And they told me that he actually couldn't make it today. So unfortunately, I couldn't give it to him, but I gave it to another team lead. I was like, I'm just gonna give it to somebody so they can, like, you know, put it in the system and I can be done with retail. My last day is June 7 and I am actually going to start my new job June 9. I'm super excited. I'm super happy for being done with Walmart. I actually do love Walmart. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. I don't know. Everyone hates Walmart for some reason, but I like it because I learned English here. I feel like I learn a lot in here, so it's kind of important for me. I don't know. But yeah, super happy.
I think I'm gonna quit my job today. I just quit my job. I just quit my job. I just quit my job. I just quit my job.
Am I the only one that doesn't see the point of this anymore? Trading your time for money. So I'm supposed to give you 8 hours of my day for 5 days a week for the rest of my life?
So I quit my job last week, if you're new here, and this is like the first Sunday in 20 years that I don't have an office to go to tomorrow. It's almost like that was my whole identity as like a worker, and I'm still trying to feel like if this is real or not, because Sundays used to be scary. The Sunday scaries were real for me, and now I don't have to rush around and wish the day away and get a workout in as fast as I can and do my meal prep and do my laundry and have 2 hours to just doom scroll because I'm disassociating because I don't really like my life, my work life. It was unfulfilling, and that's why I decided to take a chance on starting my own business as a women's health and hormone coach. That's been my passion for so long. So I've always had people telling me whenever I spew health advice and I'm helping my friends and family, they're like, you should be doing this. And so I decided to take the leap, get the education. I made that change last year, and I made the decision, and I just decided to go for it. And they say that once you walk through the door, like, things start falling into place. You just have to take that step. And honestly, ever since I took the step where I said I'm quitting this job, it has been nothing but flow. And it seems like things are falling into place, and I'm getting all the signs, and I feel at ease. And I'm not a person to feel at ease unless I have it all worked out in my head, but I'm there. I'm just trusting in the universe, and I'm just trusting that I'm on the right path now, and all I had to do was walk through the door, and I did it. And I had this moment where I left my job for the last time, and I cried in my car because I really just looked at myself and I'm like, you did it. You finally did what you said you were going to do. You stepped out of something that was making you miserable, and you did it. And that's the first step. And I was just really proud of myself. And for the first time in a long time, I'm very proud of myself, and I know who I am. And I think that that's all I need right now to feel good about my decision. And yeah, just need to unwind all the years of corporate hustle culture out of my brain, and then we'll be good to go.
So I just got off the call giving my resignation, and I am so confused. So I gave them the news and didn't expect this, but they were like, so what if we explore different options? What if we look at maybe like a part-time position, or what if we look at different avenues? And I'm like, huh? I'm pretty sure I just gave my notice. So they're going to talk to other higher up management and basically asked me to keep this on the down low and not share it with anyone else yet before we discuss again. So we're meeting again later today to, I guess, discuss different options. I don't know. I'm kind of like, I'm ready to just have my focus be elsewhere. But at the same time, it's nice knowing that there is a solid paycheck coming in. I don't think it'd be full time, but I don't know.
I just quit my 9-to-5 job, which is like the craziest sentence to say out loud.
It wasn't an impulsive decision whatsoever. I actually went through like lots of phases of talking about it with different people. And I think the one thing that was always on my mind was this sense of regret that I would feel regardless of the decision that I made. And I don't know if anyone else has ever felt like this, but it almost felt like any decision I made, there would be like some regret that I was feeling, which was scaring me so much. And around the time when I had to like make my final decision, I read this 1987 paper, like it was so old, called Regret, a Theoretical and Conceptual Analysis by Janet Landman. And she basically broke down the concept of regret and said that it was not like any other emotion that we experience because it's both cognitive and emotional. And regret happens when you're comparing your current reality to all of the other possible realities that are out there. I think that a lot of people think of regret as this failure of being rational, but she actually argues the opposite, where it's actually tied to being rational. It's your ability to recognize your choices, opportunities, missed chances. And she said that as long as you have the ability to imagine what if, you will always be met with this feeling of regret. So then I reshaped regret as excitement, as weird as that sounds, and was like, oh, this is cool. I have the ability to literally imagine all of these different possibilities as to how my life could turn out to be. So I've just learned to make peace with regret and realize that regret is just part of this entire journey, and any decision that you make, you'll always think about the what ifs, and I think that's just part of being human.
It is absolutely amazing what quitting a toxic job will do for you. I am so much happier. I feel lighter. I am not frustrated at all. I feel like I'm a much better version of myself because I am not hosting so many negative emotions. I was just always so easily irritated, again, frustrated, and it carried over into my daily life. And it was really making me miserable, which is so sad because I am a very positive, happy person. I am the life of the party. I like to make sure that everyone feels good. I love bringing smiles to people's faces. And normally that comes very effortlessly to me, but it was starting to become such a chore because I personally was so miserable. I am trying to become the best version of myself, and I think it's going to be so much easier now that I am not constantly filled with negative emotions. I don't really think there's too much of a main point to this, but I'm just so much happier, and I felt like sharing that.
So today was officially my last day at this horrible job, and I don't know how to describe the feeling, but it was like the best feeling because I logged out of Outlook and I logged out of Team. I literally shut that laptop, put it in the box, and it's being shipped out. And I'm like, oh my God, this feels so good. Like, it's such a good feeling knowing that you're like never gonna have to see that place again. I'm so happy.
So has anybody else just quit their job before they had another one lined up? And if you have, what was that experience like? Is that something you would recommend? Is that something you would do again? Because I currently work a job that I just cannot tolerate doing anymore. And I kind of just want to quit, like, by the end of the week. And the job market sucks. So I don't have something else lined up, but I can't continue putting up with this shit. So if somebody else has any words of wisdom from their experience, please let me know. I'd love to hear.
I'm 1 week away from putting my 2-week notice at my job, and I'm so excited to quit and stop talking to people on the phone. I've been with my company now for a little over 1.5 years, and I started out in customer service. I moved from customer service to onboarding and sales. Been in this role for about 10 months, just not for me. So I had made the decision that I'm going to switch from this onboarding tech space into medical coding, and I'm so excited. I already started the AAPC course, but decided, hey, if I quit, I can just study full time, get this going a lot faster. So wish me luck.